Hey everyone, welcome back to Coffee Guy Sports. We're doing the Buffalo Bills draft breakdown and grade. Um, let's see, we'll jump right into it. Get started with the way that I grade these. If you haven't seen any of these other videos before, I grade each player based on their skill set and draft spot, and then I average the grades for the team's final grade. Grading system is as follows: 1 to 2.5 is a D, 2.6 to 5.0 C, 5.1 to 7.5 is a B, and 7.6 to 10 is an A. All right, so their first round pick, pick number 25 in the draft, uh, Dalton Kincaid out of Utah. This is a great pick, probably the best tight end in the draft, um, if not the best, like 1A, 1B kind of situation. He's fast, he's fluid, he's a good route runner. He's got high production from the slot. A lot of his snaps in college were from the slot. His one downside is really is a liability in run blocking. So um, he's going to live and die as a big slot wide receiver rather than really a traditional tight end blocking. So I graded him out as an 8.5. Potentially could have been higher, but that run blocking knocked him down by a grade or two. O'Cyrus Torrence, he's a guard out of Florida, probably the best guard in the class. Honestly, he was just ridiculously talented. He's an absolute giant. I want to say 6'5" and like 340 pounds or something like that. He's huge. He's physical. He's a great blocker. But because of his size, sometimes athletic rushers can beat him. Um, One notable stat I looked at, I saw on PFF, he allowed no hits or sacks in 2022, and I believe under 10 pressures. Um, yeah, so I graded him out as a 9. Honestly, he maybe could have been a higher grade. Honestly, if I was to change one grade, I might go back and change that to a higher grade because he's just so ridiculously good, and he makes this Buffalo Bills offensive line way better. It just gives Josh Allen such a great level of protection there. Okay, so now we have Dorian Williams, linebacker out of Tulane. He's got good speed. He's good in coverage. He's good at sifting through traffic, but he's only 6 foot, and I want to say like 215 pounds or something like that. So he can be overwhelmed by blocks. So he's a smaller guy, um, and it's you can definitely tell that he plays like a smaller guy. He has to use his speed and his vision to um, get to the running back or get to the wide receiver or whatever that he's going to tackle. He is good in coverage, so that'll help. The Jets, who the conference they play in, there's some guys that can really throw the football in that conference. You know, you have Aaron Rodgers and uh, Tua when he's healthy can definitely he can sling the rock a little bit. Um, so I do think that um, having this guy there playing in the middle of the defense, uh, especially on passing downs, will be a boost to their defense. Moving on to Justin Shorter, a wide receiver out of Florida. Um, this guy is he's big, he's physical, he's like 6'2", 6'3". No, actually, I think he's like 6'4". He's actually taller. He was one of the taller wide receivers in the draft. He's big. He's physical. He's got good top end speed, and he's got good jump ball skills. His acceleration off the line is not great, and as a result, he does struggle against press coverage. He can get jammed at the line, and that slows him down in getting into his route progressions. So I graded him out as an 8 because of the draft spot. I want to say he was a 5th round pick. I don't remember for sure. I made this. I graded this guy out a day or two ago, and I do not remember where he was selected. I want to say 5th round spot. But I graded him out as an 8. I think he was good value where he was taken, and he helps out that Buffalo Bills defense. Okay, Nick Broker. I think this is Ole Miss. He's guard out of Ole Miss. He's a good run blocker. He's a big time motor. He is undersized, like 6'1", 6'2", and like 250, 260 pounds. So he's smaller, and he lacks size and length. And he's not super effective in pass protection. But this kid has got years of production, and his motor is phenomenal. He's always looking for extra work. He's always doing his best to clear out the running lanes for the running back. So I think this guy's a good player. I graded him at a 7. Maybe could have been slightly higher because of where he was taken. But he's primarily going to be there to clear out the running lanes for the running back. Moving on to Alex Austin, corner out of Oregon State. He's 6 foot and like 195, I believe. He's got good zone coverage, good size. His speed is average, and he's a willing tackler. His transitions are not great. So when it talks about doesn't flip hips well, so he's in his back pedal, and he goes to flip his hips to run with the receiver, and his hips don't flip smoothly or fluidly, and all of a sudden that running back that wide receiver has 2 or 3 yards on him, and because of his makeup speed, he's beat. He can't make that. He doesn't have the speed to make that up. So he's going to be most effective as a in zone coverage because his man coverage is not great, but he's very good at playing that zone cover role. So I do believe that he'll be a effective piece in Buffalo, and I'm excited to see how his career turns out. So overall, I graded this as a 7.75 or an A. Going back and looking at this now, after giving some time to think about it and look at some of the grades I gave, honestly, I might have bumped that up a little bit. In fact, I think I'm gonna see if I can bump it up now. Yeah, they're gonna get an 8. I'm gonna give them an 8. It was a fantastic draft class. I'm a big fan of what they did to improve. Anyways, that's it for now, and we'll be back. I believe the next one is the Carolina Panthers, so we might see my grade on Bryce Young. Alrighty, y'all. Have a good one.